Hello everyone, my name is Aïcha and I'm a Project and Communications Assistant here at AgScape. Happy holidays, as you can see from my hat. Today we're going to be making a special treat that you can give to your friends or family for the holidays. We're making some ricotta cookies, which is a recipe from Alberta cheese, as well as a recipe that's included in Camp AgScape. Let's get started. So we're gonna go over all the ingredients that you're gonna need for this recipe. So first of all, we're gonna need some ricotta cheese, of course. So 2 cups about of ricotta cheese. We're also gonna need some butter, 3/4 of a cup of butter. So this recipe has a little bit of zest to it, so we're gonna need the zest of a full orange, which you can grate just like I have here. We're gonna need 2 eggs, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and baking soda. We're gonna need 4.5 cups of some flour, 2 cups of sugar, teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So before we start mixing the ingredients all together, we're going to start by setting our oven to 350 degrees, like this. So I'm using a KitchenAid mixer, which is going to help me make our cookies a lot quicker. But you are welcome to just mix by hand, obviously. So we're going to start by creaming our butter and our sugar with our salt. So we're gonna put the butter, sugar, and salt in our bowl. Okay, so our 3 ingredients, sugar, butter, and salt, are in the bowl. So I'm gonna put my KitchenAid on medium speed, and we're going to wait until all of these ingredients are creamed together before going to the next step. So our sugar and butter and salt is creamed, so we're going to add the ricotta cheese, a bit of it to start. And we're going to start with also our egg. And we're going to progressively add the orange zest as well in there. Speed up a bit. We don't want to put it all at the same time, or else it's gonna give it, I think, a weird texture. So we're gonna do it little by little. So I forgot to add the vanilla extract, so we're gonna do 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract now. We're gonna add that to our mix. So our next step is to put the batter on the side, leave it, let it relax, and then we're gonna put our dry ingredients in a separate bowl, like so. So we're gonna start with our flour, put a little bit of it, and we're gonna add the 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda and baking powder, and then we'll mix it all together, okay? So flour, baking powder, and baking soda are all in here. I'm just mixing it all up before we're going to add a bit of portions of the dry ingredients with the wet ingredients and mix them all up. All right, so we're going to progress. As I said, we're gonna take a little bit of the dry ingredients and match it, put it with the wet ingredients. So I'm gonna put it on my KitchenAid on stir. We're going to combine them all together like this, a little bit at a time. Right, so our dough is almost ready to be put onto our baking sheet now. Good job, everybody. It's time to prepare our dough for it to be baked in the oven. So we're going to take about a tablespoon, I mean, and we're going to take it and we're going to make them down onto a baking sheet that's covered, either greased or you have parchment paper lined on the baking sheet. We're going to do one by one. Depending on the amount of batter you have, which you should have a decent amount, you can make multiple sheets. All right, so our cookies are on our sheet. They can now go into the oven. I made some slightly bigger balls, so we're gonna put them in for about 15 minutes. So 15 minutes later, this is our final product. It's a nice, fluffy, zesty ricotta cookies. You can make it icing if you want. I kind of like it without icing because it's not too sweet, which is it's a little bit of a change from the overly sweet Christmas cookies I usually eat. Thank you so much for listening to this video, and if you enjoyed this recipe, make sure to check out Camp AgScape for more super recipes like this one. Happy holidays, and we'll see you all in the new year.